All right, guys, let's get in some MLB plays and props for Thursday, March 28th slated games. Happy opening day. Trey, do we have a leaderboard? Do we have one?
We do not have a leaderboard. It's 0-0, but guys, me and Bear both over 500 in MLB game and player prop picks last year by quite a bit. So maybe tune in, sit back, and relax a little bit.
Let me get it up. We were 36, 57 games above 500 as a team on game picks, and 53 and 71 games above 500 together on our player props. So we did pretty well last year. Hoping to do just as good this year. Trey, let's take a look at our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm pumped for MLB opening day. I got really heavy into baseball last year, so I'm very excited to jump back in the pool this year. And I'm going to be talking about an amazing AL Central battle. It's going to be this Minnesota Twins going up against Kansas City Royals game. And it's going to be an entertaining game to watch, in my opinion. Both teams, they do have dreams of winning the AL Central this year. And I think that there's a chance that both teams could win it. Well, I guess not both of them, but both teams do have a chance to win. And the Twins, they won the division last year, and they won it pretty easily, in my opinion, while the Kansas City, they struggled again to get over the hill. I'm going to be giving out two plays starting off the MLB season hot. I'm going to take the Twins on the money line, and I'm also going to take the under 8 total runs in this game. I believe that we're going to get treated to a low-scoring game here, but at the end of the day, the Twins should be able to prevail on the road here. They're just simply the better team, and they're throwing out the much better pitcher. I have a lot of confidence in Pablo Lopez. I backed him a ton last year, and he was a strikeout machine, and he started off 2023 red hot. He was winning games and striking out a ton of batters, and I expect that to happen again this year. And I love that this Twins lineup is so stacked. They're running out Buxton, Correa, Lewis, and Kepler 2 through their 5-hole. So I expect the meat of their lineup for them to be the difference maker in this game. Yes, I love Cole Reagans, but there was just nothing that really struck me as an elite level pitcher last year whenever he came onto the scene. Yes, he has a flame-throwing fastball, and he's expected to finish top 10 in strikeouts this year. But hey, Pablo Lopez has done that before. Cole Reagans has not. So give me the Twins here. I expect them to win this game straight up. So I'm taking them on the money line, but I do expect this game to be a little bit low scoring. So I'm also going with the under 8 total runs in this game. Let's go Twins.
Yeah, I like the play there for you. For my play today, we're going to be looking at the Giants going up against the Padres. The Padres are minus 115 on the money line. That's where I'm going. I'm taking the home team minus 115. We're going to have Yu Darvish on the mound for ourselves with the Padres. He's already pitched this season in a regular season game. In that game against the Dodgers, he went 3 2/3 innings. He only gave up 2 hits, no earned runs. He also had 3 strikeouts with 3 walks. Now, I'm hoping that the 3 walks was just him getting back in the swing of things because if I remember correctly, Yu Darvish didn't have a ton of walks last season. I also like the Padres in this game because the Giants last season had one of the worst batting averages as a team, and they didn't make a ton of roster changes. They're bringing back a ton of familiar faces. They added Matt Chapman and Jorge Soler, a couple of really good additions. They also brought in Nick Ahmed, who's a great addition as well. But 50% of their starters from last year are definitely going to be back in the lineup, probably more like 60% in the starting lineup from last season. This was not a good hitting team last season, and I'm hoping that just transfers over to this season. We're going to have to go up against their ace, Logan Webb. And by the way, Trey, not starting Blake Snell in the first game against this forward team, that's a tragedy. Tomorrow, whenever Blake Snell pitches, you better believe I'm taking Blake Snell. That man will pitch 5 innings, 110 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 6 walks, and find a way to win the game. I love everything about Blake Snell, but for this game, the pitching matchup is pretty similar on both sides, 2 aces. The Padres have the far more dangerous lineup, especially in the first 4 at-bats. You won't find a better first 4. Maybe only one other team, the Dodgers, have the best 4 bats in the MLB. Padres are definitely second. I'm going to take the home team here on opening day, minus 115 as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. I'll have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, we like to give out 1 batting prop and also 1 pitching prop. So you're going to get 4 player props thrown your way here. So enjoy it. I'm going to be going with Elly De La Cruz to go over 8 fantasy score going up against the Nationals. I really love this over for Elly in this game. We're going to see him dominate here just like he did last season. And we're getting a very juicy matchup here versus the Nationals, Bears, Nationals. That is because they're throwing out Josiah Gray here. And Elly, he only faced off against Gray once last year, but he went 1 for 3 in that game, and he hit an absolute monster home run. And if I'm being honest, I expect him to hit another dinger here in this one and start his season off to a scorching hot start. And just to layer this on as well, Gray, he is a right-handed pitcher. And if we look at Elly's hitting splits, they go up pretty significantly whenever he's going up against right-handed pitchers. And whenever we factor in that he finished spring training on a roll, Elly, he averaged 12 fantasy points per game over his last 4 games. So he's coming into the regular season with some momentum. I just expect Elly to set the tone here early and often for the Reds. He's going to get on base, steal a base, score a run. Give me Elly De La Cruz to go over 8 fantasy score versus the Nationals.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my batting prop on opening day, it's going to be Mookie Betts to go over 1.5 total bases against the Cardinals. A couple things about this play from last season. I know I keep saying last season a lot. It has nothing to do with this season. But last season, Miles McCollum was one of my favorite pitchers to bet against. Mookie Betts is the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. He's the best leadoff hitter in my mind in the MLB. In his first 2 games against the Padres, he collected 6 hits, 9 at-bats, starting his season with a 667 batting average. He also added a home run in that game in the second game against the Padres. So he's gone over this number in both games so far this season. Last season, Miles, he was a pitching machine, I'm going to call him. It felt like every single time he went out there, he was getting hammered for 8+, 9+, even 10+ hits per game every single night, especially towards the end of the season. Last year, he gave up 226 hits and 201 innings pitched. I know this is not a very big sample size, and it's the first game of the season for a lot of these teams, but Mookie Betts is hitting 400 against Miles in his career. He's only had 6 total plate appearances. He collected 2 hits and a walk against Miles in his career. I really don't think it's going to take us long for Mookie to catch this one of over 1.5 bases. We might even get him the first swing in the bottom half of the Dodgers. Give me Mookie Betts here over 1.5 as the play. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take one of my favorite pitchers here now. Give me Tarik Skubal. I'm going to take him to go over 6.5 strikeouts going up against the White Sox. I really love this over for Skubal in this game. I was upset that PrizePicks didn't have his runs offered because I was going to take the under, whatever it comes out at. But I expect him to hit the over on strikeouts. I backed Skubal a lot last year, and he cashed for us a lot as well. And I truly believe Skubal is one of the best players on this Tigers roster. Last season, he pitched like a true number 1 ace because Skubal, he finished with a 7-3 record, 2.8 ERA, and an even more elite 0.89 whip. I expect Skubal to start this season off hot as well. He's going to pitch deep in this game and carry the Tigers to a massive road win. Last year, Skubal, he averaged 6.8 strikeouts per game, which is right at this number, but I expect him to just bump that up a little bit and get to this 7 number. That is because of his matchup here versus the White Sox. Chicago, they struck out a ton last year, and their team got even worse over the offseason. In fact, they had the second highest strikeout rate in the entire MLB. That is no bueno. Skubal, he's going to set the tone here early in this game and strike out a ton of batters. Give me Tarik Skubal to go over 6.5 strikeouts versus the White Sox.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my pitching prop today, it feels right to give out my favorite player from last season on the pitching props first. Give me Zac Gallen here to go under 4.5 hits allowed going up against the Rockies. Usually I wouldn't take this kind of play. I would usually take his over outs or over strikeouts, but I'm going with his under hits because I'm not entirely sure how long they're going to keep their ace out there. We saw the Padres and the Dodgers play earlier in their opening games overseas, and Yu Darvish only pitched 3 innings in that game. There's no telling what these teams are going to do with their best arms in the first game. And if they give Gallen the green light to go multiple innings, I still think we can hit this under 4.5 hits very easily. The Rockies, they did absolutely nothing in the offseason to improve their hitting, and that's probably a good thing because they really didn't need a ton of help. They're 17th last season in the MLB in batting average. The problem with the Rockies was never the bats. It was always the pitching. There really isn't anybody on this Colorado team that scares me with Zac Gallen on the mound, though. He should know all the matchups from last season, and Zac Gallen last year was only giving up 0.89 hits per inning. Give me the wagon from last year to start me off this season. Zac Gallen, under 4.5 hits as the play. Trey, let's go to that graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with the Twins here on the money line versus the Royals for my game pick. I have a lot of confidence in them just to dominate, set the tone. And I'm also going with the under 8 total runs in that game. Forgot to put that on there. 2 plays for my game pick. Also going with Elly De La Cruz, over 8 fantasy score versus the Nationals. He's going up against Josiah Gray, more like Josiah. I expect Elly De La Cruz to dominate here. Also going with Tarik Skubal to go over 6.5 strikeouts versus the White Sox. And to set the tone here, White Sox, they're very bad at batting, so I expect Skubal to set the tone.
Yeah, I'm going with the Padres here on the money line. They're at home. It's going to be a pitching matchup. Really good pitching matchup with the Aces, but I think the Padres have the better offense, so give me them on the money line. Then Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. Miles McCollum. Last season, he was horrible. I'm expecting the same thing this season. And then give me Zac Gallen, my wagon from last year, under 4.5 hits going up against the Rockies as that play there. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB plays and props for Thursday, March 28th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,